Okay, here's all the cards. 6-deck Blackjack. Dealer stands on all 17s, no surrender. Blackjack pays 3-2. Shoe number 6 on the 5-way test between Martingale, Paroli, 1326 Fibonacci, and flat betting. Before I get any farther, first, thank you to everybody who's been subscribing, liking, and making comments. Special shout out to Jason Schneiderman for catching a little mistake I made in the 1326 series on shoe number 4, on the split aces, where I hit one side of the split aces after issuing the cards. The split ace is only supposed to get one card. One side got a blackjack, and I guess I distracted myself by mentioning that well, it didn't get a blackjack. It got a 10 or face card, and so as a 21 not being a blackjack, I guess I confused myself, distracted myself, whatever. So then I continued to hit the other side of the split. I went back, kind of analyzed it. The result would have been the same. That side that I hit would have lost had I not hit it. The only thing it kind of messes up a little bit is the flow, the natural flow of the cards. So, sorry about that. It's a minor mistake. At least, like I said, it changes the flow, but it didn't change the result. So we won't have to worry about that. I think I said in the comments, just to pretend that as far as messing up the flow, pretend some drunk dude sat down for a single hand and threw up on himself and then left the table. Or it's kind of like burning a couple extra cards in the middle of the shoe. Maybe they changed the dealers. So that's not the worst thing. But thanks for catching that. And good job there, Mr. Schneiderman, on Millionaire. 100 grand. You guys should. I'll try to put a link into him. So he was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Cedric the Entertainer. Did a good job, I think. He took his money and ran. I think that was a reasonable thing to do if you didn't know the answer there. Anyways, back to business. For those of you that are new, I show you all the cards so you can see that they are all there. I show you the complete shuffle procedure so that you can see that I'm not setting the deck up to favor any particular system. That being said, I don't endorse any particular system or the playing of blackjack or entering a casino. These are all your own personal choices that you need to make on your own. But if you're going to play, you might as well have information, which is what we're trying to get here. Okay, like I said at the beginning, this is a 5-way test between Martingale, Paroli, 1326, Fibonacci, and flat betting. We've already run 7-shoe series on all of those, except Martingale was conducted slightly differently, but close enough. So now we're doing a 7-shoe series of those ones we've already tested. To see, one, is there a betting system that can beat the house edge? And if so, which one does it better or worse? So you can go back in my list of videos and look for the whole sequence, all of the whole series. I did summaries. I did a summary of summaries. I've learned a lot doing this. I think the one I think the one I've learned the most about has been Fibonacci. There's been gives me kind of a headache, and I think I figured it out. I made a video on to explain how to apply Fibonacci to blackjack, especially when it gets to multiple losses, which is sort of a unique scenario to blackjack because you're allowed to double down and split. So I made that video yesterday, and of course while I was doing that, pretty much right in the middle, I came to another realization about it. Not a huge deal, but basically I realized there's two different ways to play it out. So I have to remake that video, plus I want to shorten it a little. So I'll see if I'll get that made. If you're paying really close attention, Jason made that comment about hitting the hand after splitting the aces. Oops, I still need that. On my timeline, that was yesterday, but I'm a few videos ahead. I've a few days I've worked, so it's kind of a reveal here. I've worked hard, and so I have a few videos, a few days worth in the queue for days when I need to take a day off, or to take care of other things. So hopefully I will get that Fibonacci explainer put together and posted soon. Anyhow, almost done here. Thanks for sticking around, or for skipping ahead. You're allowed to skip ahead, but only after you've subscribed and pressed like. How about that? That's fair, right? But if you're new, it's probably good that you let me explain how things are working. Although I spent most of my time talking about other things this time, so I'll just keep talking. These are our cut cards. We simulate a player cutting the deck. Right there we go. Then I bring it around. We go for about 75-80% penetration, which has been getting us every time at least 45 hands. Now that I've said it, it'll probably give us fewer. Did I say 49? 45 hands. Hopefully that won't be the case. This is a 1 unit minimum, 100 unit max table. We do things by units. You can scale that up to apply to whatever table you're playing at, or whatever base bet you want to use. So a 1 to 100 would be the same as playing at a $5 table with a $500 max. Each player comes to the table with 50 units, which is right there. Just I figure might as well show you everything. I know that the screen cuts off a little bit on the sides here, so I try to keep everything in tight. There we go. There's that. Okay, here's labels to show you who's in which position. Martingale is here. Paroli is here. The flat better's right down the center. The 1326 is here, and the Fibonacci is here. Just going to get going because these take a while. Burn card. Oops. Everybody starts with a base bet of 1 unit. And here we go. Play by perfect basic strategy, also known as the book or the card. I have that on the side. I refer to it as needed. 18 stands to a 9. 19. Okay. I keep the loss columns for Fibonacci and Martingale here on the side. It helps me keep track, especially as we get into some of the weird situations that come up. On the labels, Martingale is in and Fibonacci are in red to represent that they are negative progressive systems. Paroli and 1326 are in green to show that they are positive progressive systems. 18 stands to a 9. That seems familiar, but this doesn't. 14, 24. So Fibonacci gets back the 1 from his loss column, the objective being to close out his current losing streak at break even. Martingale's, after losing 1, wagered 2, the objective being to close out his current losing streak with a gain of 1 unit. So he got his 1 back, plus 1 from the rack. 1, 3, 2, 6. And Paroli being positive. 1, 3, 2, 6. This is the sequence of the units to wager per consecutive winning hand. So after a wager of 1, you need to bring out another one. After the win to a 3, the flat betting always bets 1 unit. Paroli presses the entire winnings up to 3 consecutive wins, regardless of if it's blackjacks, splits, multiple wins from splits and double downs. He presses the whole thing for 3 consecutive wins. You can play Paroli in different ways, or you know, with different numbers you want to get to. 20 stands to 7, 13, 20. Push. Well, there's a push. A push is a repeat wager and position. So, for example, 1, 3, 2, 6 is still at 3, wager of 3. Paroli, that doesn't count against his consecutive wins. If you're doing Fibonacci and there's a push, you're in the same place in the sequence. So anyways, yeah, you can play Paroli, you know, say 4 wins, 4 consecutive wins, 5 consecutive wins. You're putting yourself at more risk, but you're also, with risk comes reward. Most common is, that I've found, is 3. 15 stands to a 4, 12, 21. Fibonacci, let me just quickly show you the chart. If you're going to play Fibonacci, I suggest you take a sequence with you. 1, 2, first wager is 1, you lose that, it's another 1. If you lose that, it's 2. If you lose that, it's 3 and 5. You keep moving down. It's a sum. The next wager is a sum total of the prior 2 losses. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. It would continue past 89, but the table limit is 100, so that's why I didn't list it here. It would be 55 plus 89 to be 144. When you win, you move back 2 positions in the sequence. Unlike Martingale, which would fully reset, you move back 2. I'll explain that more as it happens, just giving a quick glimpse into it there. Martingale's down 1, he wagers 2. You can tell I'm trying to go fast. 13 hits to a 7, 20, 17. So Fibonacci closes his cycle at break even. Martingale gets back his 1 plus 1. Okay, so 1, 3, 2, 6 again brings out another one, bringing the wager up to 3. Paroli presses to 2. This win-lose back and forth choppy action is really tough on the 1, 3, 2, 6 and the Paroli. Okay, so a soft 14 doubles down to a 5. And single card, 14, 15, 25. There we go. All right. Size in. That's 3 plus 3 is 6. So I'm just going to combine it together. I run out of white chips if I don't do that. There and there. Paroli, that's 2 plus 2 is 4, so I'm going to give you 5 and take 1. Okay. So Fibonacci, the objective is to close out the cycle at break even, which he did. He got this back from his loss column. This the double down wager and win is considered strictly a bonus. It does not affect your position in the sequence, at least not how we do it. And same with blackjack. 1, 3, 2, 6. The next number after 3 is 2, so we put those away. Flat betting, of course, is 1. Paroli will press the entire thing after 2 consecutive wins to an 8. Okay. 14 will stand to a 4. 6. 13. Too many. 22. That's 8 for Paroli. I'm going to give you 10 and take 2. One for Martingale. One, three, two, six. After winning the 2, needs to bring out 2 more, trying to complete the cycle with a wager of 6. Paroli, that was 3 consecutive wins. He drops back down to a single unit wager. Martingale takes off. There we go. Good. I was going to say something else about... I remember. Okay, 18 stands to a 6. 11, 21. Yeah, the way on Fibonacci, when you win that double down, depending on where you are in the sequence, I just explained the way that I do it here. That doesn't mean that you can't figure out your own way. It's just that when you win a double down, you move yourself farther back in the sequence instead of the 2 spots. It's much more confusing, so you're on your own for keeping track of that. For example, the casino's not going to keep your loss column over here for you. You do a little ace check. Oh, that was a nice opportunity to double down, but no go. All right, so Fibonacci being in position, the 3rd position of the sequence, now wagers 2. Martingale being down 3, wagers 4. Oops. An 11 will double down to a 7. I'll try not to spend so much time talking about Fibonacci this time and rely on the explanatory video that I am going to remake today. Single card, 12, 13, okay, 21. Well, now we have to talk. Now, I will explain a little bit on the Fibonacci about where we're going to go with this, as well as, I guess I'll have to talk about Martingale for a second. Okay. That was hand 10. Feels like we're going a little faster today. I keep track of all the hands so that we know how many we've run come the end of the shoe, and I use that in the summaries. Okay, I'll try to be quick. Fibonacci, you lost your first one. It's right there. You wagered 1 again. You lost that. You wagered 2, which was right there. You doubled down on that. It's right there, but you don't have another 2 here. I think that might be out. Okay. What do you do? Okay, I have changed my approach to this after sitting down and figuring it out better. I used to, you move down 1, and then I'd move you down 1 again, and then when you moved back, you move down, and so every time you lose, you go down 1 in the sequence. So I would move you down 1, but then since you had a double loss, I would move you down another position, and we're still going to do that. Still going to do that in a way. Now, the thing that I figured out that's different is that when you won this 5, I would move you back 2, and then I would make up that 1 extra jump that you had made on the way down. It does work for up to a point. Once you get down here, it gets crazy. It got so confusing, and that's confusing. It's hard to keep track of, which is why I would recommend that you take this chart with you. In a smaller version. What you're going to do instead is the way that Fibonacci normally works is that your next sequence is the sum total of the prior 2 losses, or the prior 2 numbers, if you're using Fibonacci in a non gambling scenario. But for us, it's a loss. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 and 5 is 8, etc. Okay, so we have 1 and 1 is 2, and so now these are your last 2 bets. So you have to look at that as 2 and 2. Your next wager would be 4. It's not on here. Now, shoot, I didn't bring my pencil back in here. Oh, there we go. I did bring it. Okay, so if you're going to take this chart with you in the casino, take a pencil. Okay, because you're going to change things up. So you went 1, 1, 2. This one all of a sudden becomes a 2. I'm trying to write upside down, which represents this one. So your next would be, I hope I drew that dark enough. 2. 1, 1, 2. You lost that, and you lost this. So your next one is the sum total of the prior 2 losses. 2 plus 2 is, come on, stay with me. See if I can write a 4 upside down. Is 4. Okay, if you lose that, 2 plus 4 will be 6. Which way does the 6 go? Upside down. 6. Okay, 6 plus 4 would be 10. All right. Now, if you double down again, you're going to have to do similar things. So, if you're playing Fibonacci, take the chart or take the sequence. Take a pencil with an eraser so that when it's over, you can rub it all out. Got it? Okay. Or if you're able to, keep track of it in your head. Guess who can't do that? Maybe I could. I'm not even going to try. So anyways, after that double down, you lose, your next wager is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. Starting over on the sequences here. Martingale, the objective being to always get back to break even plus 1. So you lost 1, you wagered 2, because that would be the loss, and a gain of 1. Well, you lost that, now you're down 3, so you wagered 4. Typically on that loss, on loss of 4, your next one would be 8, because you're down 7, or the simple way to look at it is you double the previous bet. Now here's the problem. Now your last bet was 4 and 4. If it was 8, you'd be betting 16, and you would be closing out for more than a single unit gain. So again, that's not what we're doing. We just take the cumulative total of your losses. 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 11. So your next wager is 1 more than 11, or 12. Okay? Makes sense? If you disagree, put it in the comments. And let's get back to work. Sorry for the delay, but in case anybody is new, it's good to keep us all understanding what's happening. A 13 stands to a 5. Let's try to speed up. 7, 13, 18. Okay. So with Martingale too, you may want to keep some, do you remember what you're at right now, especially after that double loss? I mean, yeah, sure, that one was a wager of 12, but what comes next? Because I guess it's not that hard. 12 would have been 1 more than your prior loss, which would have been 11. So you're down now 23. Your next wager should be 24. Since I just figured it all out, let me just put it out there now. I got to give you some change. Slightly out of sequence here, but okay. Fibonacci just lost the wager of 4, having lost the double down of which was both 2 units. So that's 6. 4 and 2 is 6 is his next wager. Which very quickly, that's where we were here. If he wins, he moves back 2 positions to wager 2. Okay. Yeah, it'll work. It'll work. Okay, here we go. Insurance. Strategy says don't take insurance. Insurance is closed. And dealer Blackjack. Okay, now Fibonacci, that just lost a 6, and prior to that lost a 4. This wager is 10. Making change. Making change. Martingale just lost 24, having previously lost 23. That's going to put his next wager at 48, which he doesn't have. He has 8. Okay, he's only coming to the table with 50 units to keep him on par with everybody else. If he loses, he's out. If he loses this hand, he's out. He doesn't get to buy back in. If he wins this hand, he starts his cycle over. He doesn't attempt to double down again to try to get back his winnings. You start doubling down your wins, or you pressing your bets. Suddenly you're playing Paroli, and so that's not what he's going to do. So this is one of the dangers of Martingale is the busting out. Perhaps he should come to the table with more, but like I said, I wanted everybody to come equally. Soft 16 to a 10. Takes a card. 20. You stand there. 20. Push. Same wagers, same positions for everybody. Pair of sixes to a 10. Ace check. It's not there. 12 just takes a card. 22 as a bust. And with that, Martingale is out. Now, if he had gone in, that would have been should have been a wager of 48. He would be then doubling to 96. He wouldn't have that either, because even if he came to the table with 100 units, he would, it's not just 96. It's 96 plus all the other losses. So if this would be a losing hand, Martingale would be out anyways. This has been 7 losses in a row with a push in there. Oops. Well, this is the casino where you get to put out your chips even after your hand has been decided. When I make mistakes, Fibonacci last 2 losses were a 10 and a 6. So your next wager is 16. Single units here. Okay, now you saw that 4. Yeah, I know you wanted to bet on that 4 against a 5. Sure, I'll probably give you a 6 or a 7. No, I didn't. An upside down 6. 13 will stand to a 5. 15, okay. 16. 21. Oh, 8 in a row. I might as well just wipe out the Martingale loss column there. 8 in a row. 8 in a row. It does happen. People, I know there's systems out there that say the odds of the dealer getting 8 wins in a row is so slim that with my system, you'll make all this money. Well, we see 8 in a row plenty of times. In fact, in this series, we've seen it quite a bit. Fibonacci last wager was 16, plus the prior loss of 10 will be 26. Guess what? Fibonacci doesn't have it. Fibonacci has 11. Not sure how we're going to work it out. Moving back up the sequence, should he win this hand, we'll find out. Pair of 4s, 2 of 4. Let's just verify. 4s is where the doubling starts to switch up. Pair of 4s, 2 of 4 is just a hit. 16, you'll stop there. 14, you need a big one. 15, that's a little too big. There you go. Okay, let me pay let me pay these off first so I can start figuring this out. Okay, so that's a bet of 11 for Fibonacci, being all in. I think the thing to do, let me clear the cards so we have some room. Let me just show you where we were. I don't like to take so long. First loss, second loss, another loss, the wager of 2 with the double down, then the 4. Then the 2 plus the 4 for 6, then the 4 plus the 6 for 10, then the 6 plus the 10 for 16, then all in for 11. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay you back this 11, and your next wager is going to be 15. Okay, I didn't actually work all this out before. That makes sense, because then when you win that, you'll move down to the 6, and you win that, and you keep going back. Okay, if that sounds good to you, then it sounds good to me. If you don't like that, like I said before, put it in the comments. I know you guys have keyboards and whatnot, and you have opinions, so let's hear it. Okay, so next wager is going to be 15. That'll leave him 7 behind. Okay, 1, 3, 2, 6 brings out another one. Paroli presses to 2. Okay. By the way, that was hand 16. I think Martingale busted out at 14. Should have been paying more attention, but I wasn't. Ace check. 10 takes a card. 17. 13. 23. Okay, so it's kind of working out for Fibonacci. There's his 15 back. We'll talk about where he is there in his sequence very briefly, very quickly. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. You just, if you were keeping track on the chart, which the chart's kind of off the books right now. Well, maybe it's not. Okay, let's see. You take that back. I don't know wherever you were down in here. Forget those. Wherever you were, you move back 2 positions. Oh, nope. I forget where you were. Forget that. What's important is I'm keeping your loss column here. I actually should have been writing it down, or you should have been writing it down. Your last 2 losses, a 4 and a 6. You're now on for 10. That will. Now we don't have to worry. We're back on. Actually, yeah, we're right here now. I didn't draw these other numbers out. You're at that position of 10. The scribbled in 10. Okay, 1, 3, 2, 6 drops down to 2. Paroli pressing again up to 4, looking for 3 consecutive wins. Good luck. 13 is going to hit to a dealer 7. A 15 will hit to a dealer 7. Card counters might not, but we are playing by perfect basic strategy. That would be 17. You were done. 16, 18. 1, 3, 2, 6 and Paroli do not complete their cycles. Fibonacci still in his, and so with that loss of 10 and the prior position loss, is now wagering 16. Okay, so he's still got 11 over there. You want a blackjack? Dealer doesn't have it. Oh, okay, Schneiderman, I'll make sure I get it right this time. Split. Oh. Okay. Fibonacci cannot afford to split. He's in for 16, he only has 11. This happened on Martingale once before. Fibonacci is not going to get to participate in the split. He's only going to play this hand. In fact, Fibonacci has this. We're going to work, so I'm going to put that right there and try to figure this out, okay? Playing this hand first. God, hopefully this doesn't screw things up too much. You can't resplit aces. So, this would give Fibonacci a 13. Okay, 1 card here. 20. Okay, I don't think we're going to get too screwed up. Hope not. Good. Didn't have to draw more cards. Drawing more cards. Oh, it's not actually perfect, is it? Okay, 17. Well, actually, it's... No. We'll work it out. Shoot. Okay, this whole hand is a loss. Okay? That's a loss. This is a win. So for each of these, okay, so that's there, there, and there. This was the extra card. Okay, so let me set up these wagers. 1, 3, 2, 6, press. Okay. Let me bring those back. How screwed up are we? For Fibonacci, he had a pair of aces. He couldn't split. Actually, it does work. What was the dealer showing? Dealer was showing a 10, right? Fortunately, it works out. Okay? Dealer showing a 10. If this was Fibonacci's hand, he would have had 13. Right? He would have hit again. He'd have 12. So we're going to keep that there. 12 to a dealer 17. Okay. Fibonacci's going to go... Okay. Whatever the next card is, will play also to determine this hand. Got it? Does that make sense? Okay. Fibonacci only has 11 left. His last 2 losses of 16 and 10 would mean he should be wagering 26, but he's not. He's wagering 21. Everybody else is set up. 13 to a dealer 10. 21. So actually, you know what? Put that away because he was still on this hand. He was still on this. Yeah, this is right. 21 to 17. So actually I'm paying Fibonacci like so, okay, from the prior hand. Oh, boy, this sucks. So it's hard about running all of the, well, just only because he's busting out. Now, this 8 becomes the first card of this hand, new hand, for which I have to put Fibonacci's wager out of his last 2 losses of 2 and 4. Good thing I have them in keeping track here. So that's 6. It worked, right? We all good with that? If I screwed up, let us know in the comments, and it won't be hopefully too, well, now Fibonacci got paid. I'm pretty sure that I got that right. Okay, an ace check here. A 14 hits to a 10. A 15 hits to a 10. A 23 busts to a 10. 15. Okay, it's 20 hands. 20 hands in so far. Okay. All right. Last 2 losses for Fibonacci were a 6 and a 4, so he's up for 12. Thank you for everybody for your patience. I'm pretty sure I think I got that right. If I got it wrong, I'm actually be a little surprised, because I worked pretty, as you can tell, I worked pretty hard on that. 20 stands. 12, let's speed it up. 20, push, repeat. Same bet, same positions. Well, I'm going to ask you for insurance, which you will decline very rapidly. And there's a dealer to Blackjack. 16 now for Fibonacci, losing its 6 and a 10 on the last 2 wagers. Let's just see if we can't get Fibonacci's money back and close him out and start over. 20 will stand. 13. The most important card would have killed you, but it didn't come. Alright, that's 16 for Fibonacci. Everybody else getting paid like so. Okay, so Fibonacci, going back in the sequence, keeping track of things here, his next wager will be 6. There's a 4 and a 2 that he's down. He's almost there. 1, 3, 2, 6 needs to bring out another unit. First he needs change. Flat better, Paroli pressing. Ace check, 12 to a 10, 18, 20. Can't get the Fibonacci out of the cycle. Not yet. 6 and 4 is 10. 1, 3, 2, 6 and Paroli are getting chewed up by this back and forth choppy action. 13 to a 10 hits. 19, 13, 14, 24. Okay, so there's the 6 and the 4 back for Fibonacci to make 10. Okay, so Fibonacci's looking back, if you kept track on the chart, his next wager is we're back to where he doubled down with the 2 and the 2. If he can win this, he's not quite out of the cycle, but he's out of the weirdness, and we can just play regular Fibonacci. Again, 1, 3, 2, 6 needs to bring out another unit. Paroli pressing to 2. Looking for 3 consecutive wins for Paroli, 4 consecutive for the 1, 3, 2, 6. That looks pretty good. See if it holds up. 14, 18, it does, and we're getting Fibonacci is 2 and 2 that double down back. Let's get out of it. And I can't believe he's still alive. It was close and weird, but it worked. Okay, so Fibonacci's last two positions that are left here is 2, so that's what he's going for. 1, 3, 2, 6. After winning the 3, goes to 2, and Paroli pressing his win up to 4. You know, if you're, you know, I'm not letting anybody buy back in if they're busting out. I did. I don't think it happened to Fibonacci, but I did in the Martingale original series. 16 hits to a 10, 18, 13, 18, push, repeat positions and wagers. And that's probably, I think, the way you need to play these games or these systems when you go to the table. Ace check, no. 20 stands, 19. Look at that, Fibonacci! Congratulations, closing out the cycle. I don't know if you had any bonus pays in there or not. I don't think so. Congratulations, you're out of the cycle for at least break even. Paroli also completes his cycle, the win of 4. 1, 3, 2, 6 is still in his cycle, needs to bring out 2 after the win of 2 to a wager of 6. Paroli just starts over, wager of 1. Fibonacci completing his cycle, wager of 1. Anyways, yeah, if you're going to play, particularly the negative progressives, go to the table with a set amount of money, or buy in for a set amount of money. That's 9, 20, 12, 21. Oh, 1, 3, 2, 6 does not complete the cycle. Go to the table with a set amount of money, and if you bust out, then just walk away. You know, or if you're going to buy back in for the full amount. I think don't go reaching into, you know, especially, you know, Martingale, chasing the dream, going after, you know, going after your loss column. 16 stands to 2, 6, 9, 11. That's trouble. 21. Because especially with Martingale and Fibonacci too, but you know, you start doing that, eventually you're going to hit the table limit. That's another 10 hands. That's 30, about 2/3 of the way through. Fibonacci's up to 2, and eventually you're going to hit the table limit. And if you keep chasing it that way, you're all of a sudden you're betting, let's say, you know, 100 unit is your table max. You're betting 100 unit every hand. Suddenly you're not Martingale, you're not even Paroli anymore. What are you? Suddenly you're just a flat better, which means you're playing perfectly on the house advantage. Whether these other systems can do better or not, that's not really the point. You know that the flat better should be, you know, that slight loss, whatever it is, a half a percentage point thereabouts. Is that what you want to be doing with, you know, at a $5 table with $500 bets over and over and over, trying to chase it back? Because every time you lose, all you're going to do is try to get it back. Soft 14 hits, 21, 17. Fibonacci closes the shorts, graciously short cycle at break even. So yeah, if you know, Martingale, if you bust out, you busted out. And you know, if you want to buy back in again on the same shoe, that's your business. Paroli pressing to 2, 1, 3, 2, 6 at 3. Or if you want to wait to the next shoe or go to another table. I mean, that's, you know, those are choices you have to make on your own. 17 stands, 20. You know, there's what was his name? The Baccarat King. Just give him a shout out there. Baccarat King Mac making comments. That, you know, he uses Martingale, but you know, he's very disciplined about it. He doesn't go, you know, once he gets to his winning target, he steps out. He's done. 14 stands to a 5, 15, 21. This seems like a real table here. Dealer pulls 21 out of his, you know what, all the time. And I think that's a smart way. Get up and leave. Now he admits that, you know, occasionally he's going to bust out. And that's the risk of Martingale. But I'm under the impression that he also doesn't keep buying in once he's busted out. He just walks away, calls it quits, maybe even for the whole day. Okay, Blackjack. So Fibonacci, you get back your 2 from your loss column plus your 1 for the 3-2 payout. That is just a bonus. So your extra wins do not move you farther back in the sequence. Of course, you were only in position 2, so it's not a big deal. But if you were farther down, you still only move back the normal amount. Those are quarters. Those are representative of a half of a bet unit. Okay, so congratulations, Fibonacci, on closing your cycle for break even and then some. 3 for the 1-3-2-6 system. Paroli presses the whole thing to 2.5 here. If he wins, I do have something here to be a quarter unit. I'm not going to try to head into 8 units. I'm just going to round down the same way the casino would. And good luck getting Blackjack, starting with a 6. 16 stands to a dealer 3, 9, 19. So there you go. Fibonacci's in position 2, wagering 1. Okay, a 20 will stand to a 2, 5, 12, 22. Fibonacci closing again a very nice short cycle at break even. 1-3-2-6 needs to bring out another one again. We're getting into this win-lose, which is tough on these two. Having trouble holding the cards here. 15 needs to hit to an 8. 25, see? Win-lose, no good. 15. Let's have a peek. 8-10 will take a card. 18. Will it hold up to a 14, to a 16, to a 24? It does. Fibonacci again closing out at break even. Graciously short cycle. Whoop. No bonus for you there, sorry. I mean, you haven't given me any tips. Why would I make mistakes in your favor? Oh, I can always tell when 1-3-2-6 isn't doing well because I gotta keep making change for him. At least Paroli, you know, doesn't decline his run down his stack nearly as quickly. Wait a minute. You won. Did I pay Paroli? I think I did, didn't I? I did, I remember. He's supposed to be pressing. Okay. Yep. There you go, 21. And here we go, Fibonacci. 1-3-2-6 is 3 plus 1.5. Flat better gets 1.5. Paroli gets 2 plus full 1. Take those off. Pair of 3s. And goes there. 1-3-2-6 gets a little extra pay. He's after the 3 moves to 2. And Paroli presses the entire thing. Wager of 12. Sorry, 12. I don't even know where I got that. Wager of 5. This would be hit after 2 consecutive wins, looking for 3 in a row. Good? Yes. 8, 7, 10. 10 will double down to a 7. When I say that was 5, let me put out a red. Single card, 17. 11. 13, that'll help. Oh, that doesn't help. 20. Take those out. That's even worse than choppy action for the positive progressive systems. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that was hand 40. Like I said, an expected 45 hands. Fibonacci is now, it's not so hard when he's down, when he doubled down from position 1, because what do? We just move down one more position. In other words, just it's all the same. He's just trying to get back to break even. Okay, so after 40 hands, that means we're approaching the end of the shoe. 15 stands to a 2, 11, 21. And to talk about what to do when you end the shoe mid-cycle, whether you're positive, progressive, or negative. Fibonacci's next wager is 3. That fits perfectly with the sequence. So you have to make that decision. Do you pick up where you left off on the first hand of the next shoe, or do you start all over? Okay, double down, keeping it fun here. Hopefully you just win and we get out of it. Oops. 13 to a 5, 15, 25. Okay, now Fibonacci, he gets back for the original bet, the 2 and the 1. And now if you want to, you can say, well, he's going to close out his cycle for 1 plus the 2, even though that's not the objective of Fibonacci. So that's not what we do. If this was, say, the last hand of the shoe, we would say, okay, good, you finished out the cycle with a couple of extra bonus chips. Tables closed, casinos closed. But that's not what we do. I instead pay that double down out of the rack, and you only move back the normal amount, the 2 positions. So your next wager for Fibonacci will be in position 2, which is a wager of 1. Looking to get back to break even. However, obviously, you're going to have this bit of a bonus from the double down, multiple win, or if it was a split, multiple win, or an extra payout from a blackjack. So you're in position 2 for Fibonacci wager of 1. Nobody's commented yet that they think that is the wrong thing to do. Paroli pressing the whole thing up to 4. Again, you may choose to do Paroli strictly by 1, 2, 4. And those double downs, that's your bonus. Or a blackjack, that whatever extra you get is just a bonus. But that's, to me, that's not really Paroli anymore. That's sort of like the 1, 3, 2, 6. It's a 1, 2, 4 system. So instead, we press the whole thing. All right, that's 42 hands. This is hand 43. A quick check here. 15 hits to a 10. 25's too many. Paroli did not complete the cycle. 20 for the dealer. Fibonacci position 3, wager of 2. Paroli needs some change. Correct? Yes. Ooh, I almost flipped that. 13 stands to a dealer 2. Pair of 2s. 5, 15, 15, 21. Oh, looks like a real casino. Somebody get that drink girl over here. Fibonacci moving up to a wager of 3. Do you drink while you play? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I feel like I can control myself pretty well. I don't drink too much when I do play. Soft 16 hits to a 10. That is a 15. That is a bust. 24. That was hand 45, so we made it. We have not had fewer than 45 hands on any of these 6-deck shoes. So that's sort of nice. Little check here. 13 hits to a 10, 23. I can tell you right now, you are going to end the shoe mid-cycle. Maybe Fibonacci will get lucky and get some splits and double downs and be able to actually close out his cycle like I talked about before, despite the fact that it shouldn't really. Fibonacci's up to an 8, so yeah, he could. Even a simple double down would clear out his loss column. And this is probably going to be the last hand. This is hand 47. Well, I'm going to make it hard for you, that's for sure. There's the cut card, so this will be the last hand. Insurance closed. And that's it, folks. So, Fibonacci ending the shoe mid-cycle after 47 hands. So, you know, what do you do? What are you going to do? You're down overall. If you were for some reason in the cycle yet still positive from where you started at 50 units, I would, or anytime you were up above your original buy-in, I would take off whatever that additional winnings over 50 was, put it in my pocket, and not wager it again. And that's your guaranteed, you know, take home. Whether it's, you know, if it's $10 or anything, I would take that. And if you're going to play again, you start over at 50. I wouldn't start at, you know, if you were up 10, I wouldn't, or if you're up 10 units, I wouldn't start at 60 units. You're just putting it, the whole thing, at risk, sort of like Paroli does. You're really pressing it. I would, personally, you do what you want. I would take that off and start at 50. Now, if you're down, like he is, and that taking money off is whether you end the shoe mid-cycle or not. But he's down. We'll see what he has soon. He's probably down around 20. You could start the next shoe with a smaller bankroll. You could call it quits. You could bring yourself back up to 50 units. You know, you got to make that choice on your own. Okay. Anyways, 47 hands. Martingale is out. I forget. Maybe around 14 hands. I guess I could go back and look. In fact, I will have to look in order to conduct the summary properly. Anyhow. Let's count up Paroli. Those are 10s. That's 30, 35, 36. That puts Paroli down by 14. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cash out those for there. Now I put out 14 units there, stacking what's left inverted to show that he's down by 14. This works. That way, when I come back, I can tell at a glance what we're at. Okay, flat better. Let me first cash out those 2 half units. Makes it easier. And flat better is 10, 20, 30, 41. He's down 9. So again, let me give some change and invert his stack and do it like this. 9. He's down 9. 1, 3, 2, 6, 25, 26. Change those. 27. So he's down 23. Again, I need to make some change to do this setup. Sorry about this. So, let me do this also, or I won't be able to, a stack of plain whites won't invert very well. He has 27, so he's down by 23. Right, is that right? 27 down by 23. Oh, it's not going to work at all. Okay, down, there's 20 and 3. Still not inverting very well. I'll do it this way. Something like that. That means he's down. Okay, Fibonacci, 10. Can you see? Running out of space. 10, 20, 25, 30. 35, 38, down by 12. So everybody was down. That was a tough shoe. Fibonacci ending mid-cycle. What I said, I'm going to keep reminding myself, 47 hands, down by 12. Okay, so Martingale down, busted out, down by 50. Paroli down, see how this works, down by 14. Flat better down by 9. This shows us that this was not should show us that this was not a very good shoe. But bad shoes are not uncommon, right? 1326 down by 23. Fibonacci down by 12. Okay, so the flat better was down the least. So none of these on a crappy shoe could do better than the flat betting. And I think that's telling. It's something, and we'll figure it out when we do the full summary. But the fact that these are supposed to beat the house edge, and they're not beating the house edge. Now, but then again, sometimes they do. You can't just look at one shoe. Fibonacci, I missed his quarter over there, so he gets that. Sorry, 20, 30, 38 and a half, which means he's actually down. Oh, I got this all wrong for Fibonacci. 38 and a half makes Fibonacci down. Let me just count them up again. Like I've told you, if you've been watching a lot, I can only count to 21. $10, $20, $30, $35, $38 and a half. Down, what is that? 11 and a half. Okay. Down 11 and a half. So invert this stack. My mistake. Doesn't really, well, it does change the fact that he's not the big loser. Well, 1326 still came out the worst. So, one more time. 47 hands, Martingale down minus 50, Paroli down 14, flat better down 9, 1326 down 23, Fibonacci down 11 and a half. So, the flat better came out the best of the worst here. Alright, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the likes and the subscribes, and make comments if you catch me doing something. I know we had that weird thing over there with Fibonacci. All right, bye.